Hi guys, happy Monday. It's Monday Motivation here at Mary Fulton Fit. And for the month of March, we are going to be focusing on Mondays on a few different things, just on change, seasons changing. And today we're going to talk about the life cycle of a butterfly and how that relates to our lives. So what's up, Louise? How are you? I'm going to quickly just tag some friends to come join us on the page, and I'm going to just share a couple stories. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for loading on. Thanks for your support, you guys. So happy I'm not going live all by myself. Thanks for joining me. So today's topic is about the life cycle of a butterfly, how it can relate to us. We know the different parts of the life cycle, which, do you guys know? Why don't you tell me one thing that's a part of the life cycle of a butterfly? Share with me right now as I'm sharing this on my page to get some more friends to join us. What is one stage? Hi, Tanya. Tanya, give me one stage of the life cycle of a butterfly. Everything you needed to learn, you learned in kindergarten, right here. So share with me. All right, here we go. What do we got? Awesome. I'm going to put my glasses on today when I read you the story so I can be official kindergarten teacher. What's one part of the life cycle of the butterfly? Come on, tell me. Somebody's got to know. And yes, the cocoon or chrysalis or pupa, right? A couple of different ones because moths usually do the cocoon and butterflies do the chrysalis, right? What else? The caterpillar, right? So caterpillar, right? Chrysalis, metamorphosis, and then the beautiful butterfly. So I'm going to recap our very favorite story of all time, and I'm going to put adult, adult stage. Perfect. So I'm not going to read the whole story because it'll take some time. Whoa, these things are fogged up. But I'm going to summarize The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And this was one of my favorite books to read in kindergarten. And remember, all the things you needed to learn, you learned where? In kindergarten. So I know, Eric Carl. So sit down, take your shoes off and sit with me really quick. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carl. I'll read through it quickly. Cliff is going to come and listen to the story too. Watch out, don't kick that stuff over. Okay, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Let's go. So, in the light of the moon, a little egg lay on a leaf. Oh, love it. Don't touch it. Don't touch the phone. One Sunday morning, the warm sun came up and pop out of the egg came the very hungry caterpillar. And this is when the caterpillar begins his journey, right, everybody? Like all of us have our journey. And I want you to start to think about this little caterpillar and kind of your journey in life, right? And so let's see what happens. He started to look for some food. And on Monday, he had one apple, but he was still hungry. Tuesday, he had 2 pears, but he was still hungry. Wednesday, he ate 3 plums, and he was still hungry. Has this happened to you? On one day of the week. On Thursday, he ate 4 strawberries and he was still hungry. Friday, 5 oranges and he was still hungry. And, well, this is what happens sometimes when we have a cheat day.
Cake, ice cream,
What happened to the very hungry caterpillar? Throw me some hearts up there.
And lollipops and pie and...
Yeah, Cliff's saying them all out loud. A pie, ice cream, pickle, hot dog. A muffin, watermelon, right? Okay, has this happened to you before, like the hungry caterpillar? Okay, I'm really not talking about dieting, but I will kind of relate a little bit to it, but there's more to this story. The next day, it was Sunday, and the caterpillar, he didn't feel very good, right? He was really, really full. So he ended up having a nice green leaf, so he finally had some vegetables, right? Let's move on. Now, he wasn't a hungry caterpillar anymore. He was in his full size, ready to go into the next stage of his life, right? So you can relate this to a lot of things, starting over here in the beginning before we even go any further, right? Just in our lives, kind of like, you know, you could look at the eating as learning. You could look at it also as, maybe you're growing, your growth, right? And as we continue to grow and fill our tummies, fill our minds, the journey of life, right? We're ready to go into the next stage. You can relate it in a lot of ways. And then it says he built a small house called a cocoon, right? Like Celia said, but in our science books, it also says chrysalis. It kind of goes back and forth. And then he stayed inside for more than 2 weeks. So in the science books, it says about 21 days, somewhere in that process. And it comes on. And then he becomes a beautiful butterfly. And we all love and know this story, right? It's just a great book, right? It teaches a lot of things. In kindergarten, it teaches you the days of the week. It teaches you health. It teaches you about change and growth. And so I wanted to share this story with you guys as a kindergarten teacher, also as just, we are in the springtime right now, or we are coming upon spring, which is March 20th or March 21st, my birthday, March 20th. And spring and a new season, come new changes. And so that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about the butterfly, and it's the things that it goes through, the caterpillar as it becomes a butterfly, and how we can relate that to our lives right now. And also relate it to, we've been through COVID for the last year. We've been in a chrysalis. Would you feel like you maybe, yes, for the last year, inside more? Maybe we've spent more. These are things that, sorry, somebody keeps, so can you guys see me okay? No, I decline. This is frustrating. Can you guys still see me okay? As, I just was relating it to, so thinking about how we kind of had to come inside of a couple things. Ready? Can you guys see me okay? Can you give me a heart if you can see through the messenger? So I just want to know our session. Do you guys, are we good? Let's keep going. So listen here. Caterpillars are, I want to read you this because this was super fascinating for me. It says, well, number here, fun facts about butterflies. Butterflies' wings are transparent. Did you know that? They're actually see-through. Okay, that's what I thought. Are we okay now, Tanya? Yes, I'm sorry. Somebody kept calling me and stalking me, spamming me. We're good now. Ready? Okay, please stay with me. I don't want to lose you guys. I got 6 of you with me. So let's talk about the awesome fun facts about butterflies. So number 1, butterflies' wings are transparent, which I thought was really cool. These are just fun little facts, right? Yes, she stopped calling. Thanks, Tanya. So the wings are transparent. And the reason we see colors is because it's kind of like an exoskeleton. And so as they like kind of fly through, we see all the beautiful colors, but they're actually transparent. I thought that was really cool. There's 20,000 different species of them. They use their feet to taste things. Not their antenna, their feet, or actually those are their antenna. And they only live for a few weeks. So butterflies they have a longer process in the caterpillar and then coming into the chrysalis, but like their lifespan is very, very short. And I don't know if you guys remember back a couple years ago, we had that beautiful butterfly migration. It was pretty amazing. They were everywhere and they were flying everywhere. It was pretty cool. But here, listen to this. I thought this was really cool. And I want you to think about it because I always feel like all creation is like tied together. So like I can learn from the life cycle of the butterfly and apply it to my life because I believe that God is such an amazing creator. He's so artistic. He puts so much thought into everything that as I look at a leaf or I look at a caterpillar, a small little being, that I can learn from this tiny little being how to be a better human, more about myself, and how I can relate it to my life. It's pretty amazing, the journey of the little caterpillar. But listen, caterpillars are born with everything they need to become a butterfly. I'm going to say that one more time. Caterpillars are born with everything they need to become a butterfly. So they've already predestined to become a butterfly. Some of their parts develop over time and are visible. So you might be able to see like a little something kind of on there, maybe like a little bud to a wing, but it hasn't transformed yet, right? But others can't be seen. So some of the things are already embedded in the caterpillar. Listen to this. It's like embedded in the caterpillar already to become that butterfly. But there's things that have to happen for it to happen to unlock. So other things can't be seen. But the information is stored in the caterpillar cells and ready to be unlocked. I love that. It's ready to be unlocked. That just, I don't know, it just stirred something in me. Like, think about it. Like, we're the caterpillars. We were meant to fly, friends. We were meant to fly and do the things that God has called us to do. But out of fear or out of different things that hold us back or things that we think hold us back, our disempowering beliefs, we kind of sit back, but they're all there. They're just waiting to be unlocked. The caterpillar is born with a substance called enzyme, and the enzyme is the key to unlocking the butterfly from the chrysalis. Hold on. So I just thought it was really cool. And then let me just read this other little thing I got from this article. It says, with new technology, scientists can peer into the chrysalis and they can actually see the pupa is breathing through small tubes and watch the different parts start to grow. It says it happens very quickly, sometimes in a week, sometimes in 21 days, before the butterfly emerges from the chrysalis. And it says its parts finish forming. Then the chrysalis turns a very dark color. About 24 hours before the butterfly comes out, the chrysalis, the colors and patterns start to develop on the wing cases and cover the forming wings. The butterfly begins, listen, pushing with its feet against the shell, covering its legs, antenna, and proboscis. I hope I said that right. It's the long coiled mouth trunk to drink the nectar. And the butterflies come out very soft, so their wings are really droopy. And blood goes out to their body and starts circulating through their veins. After an hour or so, their wings are dry and the butterfly or moth can take flight. But one thing I wanted to tell you that I learned about the butterfly, and then I just wanted to share my own little butterfly story. But that the butterfly, in order for it to fly, it has to come out on its own from the chrysalis. It has to emerge and push out. Otherwise, it won't have strength in its wings to be able to take flight. So it can't be helped. It needs to do it on its own in that sense of coming out. And I found a lot of power and beauty in that. And I also heard some years ago that we don't know everything that the caterpillar is going through inside the chrysalis because we can't really see everything. But we know that it comes in as one thing, and when it emerges, it's a complete transformation. Metamorphosis, meaning complete change. How many of us in our lives have experienced complete change? Coming from one place in your life and going through it and then emerging as something different. Have you been through a dark time in your life where, you kind of had to go into that little chrysalis for some safety and time and then to come back out and fly? So I was going to share a time in my life without all the details, but there was a time in my life some years ago where I made some mistakes. And as I made these mistakes, I had to kind of, I had to look back at why I made the mistakes I made and look deep into myself and figure out why. What happened along the road as a caterpillar? And I was strong in my faith, so why did these things take me off and derail me from where I was supposed to be? Mind, body, and soul. And, sometimes we're human and we make mistakes. And so that's what happened to me. I'm human and I made mistakes. But, in that moment, and I'm going to get a little spiritual here. We'll throw in the spiritual part too, because for me, faith is like my number one thing. And so, as I went through this time in my life, I wanted to share just a couple things. So I went through this part of my life where I felt, very how do you say it? Unworthy to breathe, unworthy to walk amongst the rest of the humans because I felt bad for my mistakes. Have you ever felt like that before? Can you relate to me? You can throw, your hand up or a heart if you've been there before in your life. And so, but what was interesting is number one, God pulled me through it. God gave me his grace, love, mercy, and said, I love you, Mary, no matter what, because I love you. And that's it, because he loves us. God sees you. You are enough. Past, present, future, good, bad, ugly. It's all his sacrifice for us is, what's brought me here to even share with you tonight. So, and I'm not trying to offend anybody out there if those beliefs aren't yours. I am just speaking from my heart right now, and just there's no way I can tell you the story of the caterpillar without telling you my story of becoming a butterfly as well in my life as an adult. And so what I wanted to say was that I felt his grace and his mercy. And as I walked through that time, God, I really felt like brought the butterfly around me and the analogy of the caterpillar and what it goes through and how then it goes into the chrysalis, a time of stillness, a time of quiet. And there was a time some years ago where I left social media and left everything. I became very quiet. I still worked at the gym and everything, but I became very, very quiet, and I took time of stillness. In this time of stillness, I tried to dig into my heart and soul and get closer to God and try to figure myself out a bit. I also, in that time, want to share something interesting. Every time something happened, it had to do with a butterfly in my life. Someone would give me a butterfly keychain, or there would be a verse, or there would be something that related to it. And it was very beautiful. I felt like God was using it as analogies to help me understand my journey. And so I lost my voice. My voice was gone, and I couldn't get it back. And I had to go quiet for 21 days. And it was so weird to me because didn't I just tell you that the caterpillar goes in the chrysalis for 21 days? Well, my doctor said, Mary, you need to be quiet and not talk to anybody for 21 days. You're going to have to write in your notebook to your kids. You're not going to be able to teach your classes. You need to be quiet for 21 days. If you know me, I'm not quiet. I'm not still. This was God's way of saying, we're going to be still. We're going to take that little voice, little mermaid, and we're going to be still. I learned a lot in the moment of 21 days of silence. Number one, I'm going to cry because your voice is such a blessing. Whew. Man, to not be able to speak your thoughts, to hear your voice, to sing, whether it's good or bad. Wow. I would go to the store and I would be like, I'd take a notebook. And it was so funny because this is how people reacted. Let me tell you this story. I would write in the notebook and be like, hi, how are you? Sorry, I have nodules in my throat and I can't speak. And they would be like, okay, do you need more bags? So they would speak louder. And I was like, I'm not deaf. I can hear you clearly. I just can't talk to you. So is that funny or what? Can I get a heart or a thumbs up that that's funny? And so it was very interesting to step into the shoes of somebody without a voice or somebody who is deaf, right? To be humbled that way and be like, wow, look at what happens to them. Also, my children were taking complete advantage of me in the house because I couldn't yell at them. I would just put the notebook up and say, listen to me. So they were taking full advantage of me. So God taught me to swallow my pride, to have patience, to bite my tongue. I couldn't say anything, so I had to bite my tongue and keep the thoughts to myself and process them. So I wanted to share that with you because I don't think I ever really have been able to share that story because I was off of media during that time. And that was my moment of a chrysalis. And I was off of media, off of everything, quiet for 21 days, came back, was able to start talking. I mean, I felt so blessed that I could talk again. I was really scared. I feel so blessed today that I can sing again and I have a powerful voice again. But I had to rest and I had to be still. And so I guess I'm asking you right now, before I get into the butterfly piece, is there something in your life right now that you've been through, you're going through, shame, guilt, or things that aren't good for you that you almost need to shed? Because the life cycle of the caterpillar and butterfly, it can mean so many beautiful things. But to me, it's a process. and sitting back and really looking at yourself and where you're at right now. We are about to change seasons. Is there something that you need to give up or move forward from? Are there things you need to let go of? And as you're in that chrysalis, a moment of stillness, quietness, digging in, learning about you, changing, pulling, getting rid of things, do you think that the caterpillar doesn't feel some pain? I don't know, but I'm going to guess yes. I'm going to guess that there's something, because it's completely changing. And anytime we are emerging from something old to something new, there's some pain. There's some pain that we have to see in ourselves and be like, oh, I really need to change that. There's pain in letting go of things that aren't good for us. Those things we cling on to that we want because they comfort us somehow, but they also bring pain and they're not good for us. That's like getting rid of. And so that's almost like that. I think I read something that the caterpillar somehow, it like in the chrysalis, it eats away at the caterpillar to unveil the butterfly, which is pretty crazy. So it's almost like eating away at the bad stuff, whatever it is in your life, and then emerging, coming out, emerging as a new creation. And so I'm going to tap on my faith. The new creation is always in God for me, in Jesus, that he died for my sins, and I am a new creation. No matter what I've done, he still loves me and he still loves you. But the other piece, if you're not looking at faith, is really looking at how beautiful the story of the caterpillar is, how you can be one thing and you can change. You can come out and be something new. You can have metamorphosis in your life. You can fight to let go of the things that bring you down and emerge as something new. And that's the butterfly. And I don't know, I hope that encourages you and makes you think a little bit differently about spring and about new and being reborn. And we've been in the chrysalis for almost a year. What did you learn? What did you learn while you were in here for the last almost year? March 17th, we're going to be in, we've been in quarantine. What have you learned? Have you learned about yourself? Have you learned about your family? Have you learned about the things that you need to work on and change? What have you learned? Sit in the chrysalis for a moment. You got to sit here. You got to be still. You got to take it in so that you can grow. And how do you get out of the chrysalis? Well, nobody can open it for you. Otherwise, you can't fly. You have to figure it out. And that's the hardest part, you guys. I'm still trying to figure out some broken pieces in me and really understand myself. Coming back from, when I was a little girl and my dad passing, and what are those things that have, this blue lens. Sorry, I know it's those things that have affected me and made me internalize things that I need to still work through. And I'm still working through these, but I want to tell you, so the time to fly. So I think it was 2018 that I got to walk in the Rose Parade. And that was when I felt like God said, it's time to fly. I was selected to be in the Rose Parade for 24-Hour Fitness. I felt so honored beyond belief. And before the parade started, there was a jet that flew across. And as I was standing there, I looked at the float next to me, and it was a butterfly float. And there was this little post that said, 2017, something like, I don't know. Gosh, I can't remember it now. I had it written down in my notes, but it's 2017, caterpillar, 2018, something 2019, it's time to fly. And I felt like God was like, Mary, it's time to fly again, okay? We've been still, we've worked through things. Doesn't mean I have it all together, guys. But even as a butterfly, as we're flying and we're changing and we've changed and we've let go of things, the butterfly can get caught up in webs. Yes, it can, right? There's predators out there. There's birds. There's, right? All kinds of things. The butterfly is a new, beautiful creation. And it's so beautiful, right? But it still needs to be watchful. and be ready for changes and challenges and be ready to move in the directions it needs to move, because now it is no longer crawling like it used to, right? Look. So as a caterpillar, it crawled through life and it had its own challenges crawling, right? Different predators and things that it had to get through, eaten by birds too. But now it's flying. It's in a whole different place. It's in the air in a different place. And so I just encourage you to know that you can fly as well. And know that, I don't know, just take this story to heart and know that there's always room for change and growth, and we're always changing. But if you're ready for that complete metamorphosis, I need you to dig in deep. Dig in deep to the places that you don't want to look at. The ones like this, we all have them. Every single one of us have them. We may be proud of certain things, not proud of other things. We need to face things that we don't want to, face our giants, face the negative things about us, the ugly parts of us. Oh, we don't want to, but I want to encourage you and let you know that you are loved and you are beautiful right where you are. With all the ugly, God still loves you. And you can be a new creation. So don't sit in it. Move away from it. Move towards the good things, the grateful things, the beautiful things, the things that draw you closer, the things that bring love to your life and joy and peace and harmony, right? Those are the things that we want to grow towards and we want to move towards. The things that pull you back and make you confused, the things that pull you away from where you want to be, those are the things that you want to stay away from. Those are the things that you want to move away from, to cut from your life. And I don't know, that's all I wanted to share tonight, is that we are new creation, metamorphosis, complete change. What are you going to change? What are you going to work on? Do you guys have any questions? I got all deep, shared lots of stories tonight. At the end of the day, guys, I just want you to know that you are enough and you're loved. No matter where you are in the stage of the caterpillar chrysalis. And by the way, I feel like I'm always starting over as a caterpillar and then into a butterfly again every day. But then I think about it, I'm like, no, I'm a butterfly. I just keep getting caught up in some webs and, I got to fight some different battles. But, yeah, any questions out there? Does anybody feel like they relate to any part of that story today? I don't know. I hope you took something away from it tonight. I hope it encouraged you, and I hope that it will give you some light and a path for this month of March. We are almost a full year. So let us sit back, think about where we were last March, where we are today, where we want to be next March, 1 year from now. Do you still want to be in the same place that you are today? Ask yourself that. You probably have some struggle going on. There's a struggle going on in your life somewhere. So look at that struggle. Fast forward 1 year. Do you still want to be stuck in it? Or do you need to make some decisions? Do you need to make some changes? Spring is coming. It's time for change. And guess what? It's time to fly. Amen? Who's going to fly with me? Whoop. Who wants to fly? I just want to fly. Put your arms around me, baby. Hey, I'm singing. God, let me have my voice back. Praise God. You're always so encouraging. Remember how much you helped me out. Oh, yay, Salia. Thank you. Amen. Let's fly together, team. Stronger together. Mind, body, soul. If you want to talk, message me. Email me. I'm here for you. If you have a story, and you're like, Mary, I need someone to hear my story. I'm hurting. I was hurting a lot in 2017. A lot. So I'm here to listen. And what I went through, I want to be able to help anybody else to get through it too. So God bless you guys, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to join my platform if you guys want to work out with me, maryfultonfit.vhx.tv. Oh, but one more thing I wanted to tell you was, so next Monday, I'm going to have a special guest speaker She lives in the Bay Area, but we're going to be connecting live. And she is, because it's next Monday is like women's, I don't know if it's Women's International Day, one of those. But I'm going to feature her and her amazing story of just her journey with her work and her life and the trials that she's endured. And so I'm featuring a lot of women this month and sharing our heart, sharing our story. Hey guys, I know it's scary to share the story sometimes, and you don't have to do it all over media, by the way. But if you need to share your story or you want someone to listen, I'm here for you. And remember that we're all humans and we all make mistakes, and God forgives us for that. So God bless you. Have an amazing night, and I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stronger together, mind, body, and soul. Bye. Let's fly. Blessings. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Suzanne. That really touches my heart, babe. I love you. God bless you. Bye.